Oh no, I got the Minnesota Vikings here. Look, this is a team 14-3 last year. They totally took the whole league by surprise. They were one of those teams. Kevin O'Connell, coach of the year. Sam Darnold really blew everyone away. So this was a team that exceeded expectations. They were projected to win 6 games last year, and to come out and win 14 games. So they really stood out. But like they did the last time they made the playoffs, just an embarrassing loss in the first round. So I mean, they got destroyed by the Rams, and they had a chance to get home field advantage, and couldn't put up any points against Detroit in the last game of the season. Back-to-back games to end their season, only putting up 9 points on offense. So here's a team they're right there, but they got a few things to tweak here. First off, I think signing here in free agency, I think you got to go after Rico Dowdle. Aaron Jones balled out last year. He was great, had over 1,100 yards rushing, but his thing with Green Bay, that's why they went with Josh Jacobs, is his durability, and we started to see him wear down last year. So I mean, I think he started out the season averaging around almost 5 yards a carry, and then dwindled down to about the last 6 or 7 games averaging like just around 3.5 yards a carry. So we could see him. He's an older back. I think one of these other teams, I think maybe the Raiders or a team like that is gonna really throw the bag at Aaron Jones. He's definitely gonna get the bag. I don't think Minnesota should throw the bag at Aaron Jones this year. They're gonna throw a bag at somebody. It's Rico Dowdle. Go get a younger back. That's exactly what they need. Then they got to go re-sign Byron Murphy. Their secondary is, they got a lot of old guys in the secondary. I mean, you look at Harrison Smith. You have Stephon Gilmore, Shaq Griffin. So you got older guys in the secondary. So I think they got to go young. They got to keep Byron Murphy. He's their young guy. That's the one they got to get. And then I like too. They got the quarterback situation going on right here, and I think they go with the bridge quarterback again, but this time it's Danny Jones. That's the guy I think they really liked. That's why they went after him. There's no reason to get him mid-season if you don't like him. So Daniel Jones is the guy I think they give a shot. Look, he's the one that took him down 2 years ago in the playoffs. So Kevin O'Connell probably saw something then that he likes now. He can run. He's a mobile quarterback. He saw his rookie year. They called him Danny Dimes for a reason. He can still he can still sling the football. Kevin O'Connell's proven he can rebuild quarterbacks who were mediocre. Look at Kirk Cousins outside of Minnesota, mediocre in Atlanta. Sam Darnold, mediocre with the Jets, in the Niners. He turned him around. So I think Kevin O'Connell's looking at it. He goes, "Hey, look, I got a guy who can run better than Sam Darnold. Here's what I can do with him while JJ McCarthy's healing up. While JJ McCarthy might need to take another year." Because I don't think we can't throw JJ McCarthy in right now. Like I don't think he's ready yet. So I think you do another year with a bridge quarterback. Let JJ McCarthy sit. Look, if Dan Jones sucks, now you can go in with JJ McCarthy. But that's who I think they got to sign him, and then let if they can maybe a trade Sam Darnold away. They can, but I think you should let him walk and get Daniel Jones. And here's the trade here. I like the trade for Denzel Ward. Look, the Browns are doing a fire sale here. Myles Garrett wants to leave. Nick Chubb's going to be gone. What do we do with Deshaun Watson? Denzel Ward, I think, is the guy. They already got rid of Amari Cooper in the season. So Denzel Ward, I think, is the guy they go trade for. Pair him with Byron Murphy. You get younger in the secondary. I really like what Minnesota. Minnesota needs help on that secondary. They really crushed what's his name? Flores balled out with the blitz. Their defense was nice. They got after the quarterback, but their secondary took some hits. I mean, they got carved up by Detroit and got carved up by the Rams at the end of the season. So I think they need to get younger in the secondary. Denzel Ward, Byron Murphy, go get you 2 young corners. And then in the draft, go young again, and I think you draft a safety. And I like this guy, Malachi Starks. I don't know if you know much about him, if you've seen
So
him.
do I.
This dude out of Georgia, he's a big body, he's a heavy hitter, but really where I like him is he's really solid against the run.
Yep.
And I think that's where they struggled last year with Cam Bynum. I think Cam Bynum is good in coverage, but he's isn't as good as I think Malachi is going to be here against the run. So I like this guy. That's the guy, Malachi Starks. Be on the lookout for that name. That's the guy I think Minnesota's got to go after and trade, or excuse me, they got to go after in the draft.
I'll go real quick, person by person. I love Rico Dowdle here. I think Rico Dowdle was one of the most underrated players last year that no one really kind of paid attention to because he was on the Cowboys, because the Cowboys didn't believe in him until late in the year. I think giving him a real shot is a good idea. He thrived with the a Dallas offensive line that was shaky at best, and I think you put him in an offense that's so wide open like this, where there's so many other things to pay attention to. Love Rico Dowdle here. And I'll group your cornerbacks all in the same category for me. I think, with Brian Flores, he can get pressure with any group of personnel. I'm convinced of that. That's just what he does. But something you can't scheme away a lot is just when your cornerback's out in an island and you're blitzing up front and you just have one guy out there with the Terry McLaurins of the world, with whoever those NFC wide receivers. And so I love the idea of bringing back Byron Murphy, Denzel Ward, getting him in the house. I do like Cam Bynum a little. It sounds like a little more than you do, but I love Malachi Starks. I'm hoping he falls to the Eagles. Honestly, I hope the Eagles get him at the end of that first round because he's a Georgia guy, so that kind of makes sense. But no, I love what you did. I'll talk about the quarterback thing real quick. Daniel Jones, I think sure bring him back. I think it even starts the season with him, but I think you got to get McCarthy on the field next year. You have to get him on the field next year. Like I just, you're gonna have him sit for 2 years. I don't know. Maybe that's just the impatience of me, and because he's on my dynasty team. But I mean, we see
that's definitely the impatience of you.
I think he has. I think he flashed the potential, man. I think he has the head for it. O'Connell talks a lot about how well he handled last year and how much he soaked up just watching Sam Darnold go through the process. But so I think, start with Daniel Jones. But to me, he's just a worse version of Sam Darnold, and eventually be ready with that McCarthy card to play that at some point during the season. Angel, what do you think?
Yeah, Daniel Jones, give him another start. Yeah, I mean, why not? I mean, Sam Darnold prior to this year was a total castaway. Daniel Jones, as much as we don't like him, it could be just the Giants have just been so bad since they've gotten him. Obviously, highlighted by the one playoff win against the Minnesota Vikings. Yeah, why not? I am on Joey's side, though. I think Jason McCarthy should be out there and get Daniel Jones as a backup role. But yeah, most of these things here, Rico Dowdle, Byron Murphy, Denzel Ward, I'd love it.
We haven't got to we're going to finish up with the Packers here. But once again, we're going into this season like, what can these teams be? They still all look almost as attractive. Obviously, we lost some quarterbacks here, but like there's still stacked rosters in a great division with great coaching all the way through. It's wild.
I mean the thing with the only side is Detroit's their coaching. Losing Ben Johnson, losing Aaron Glenn. There's the question mark, but Minnesota, they shocked everyone this year. So this is a team that's, I think, right on the cusp. They're just, I don't know, they're missing that They're just something. You can't put your finger on it. I think this is the way to go, though. I think just they got to go younger. They had a lot of old guys on defense. So I think, wrap up, they got Dallas Turner and they got John Grenard. You got a lot of young guys there, rushing the passer, go young in the secondary, and I think that's what does it for Minnesota.